Welcome everyone to the game of Magnus Carlsen taking on the Indonesian number 1 Megaranto Susanto. This is the quarterfinals of the World Blitz Team Championships 2026, and on board number 1 Magnus takes on Megaranto. And it will be always interesting because Megaranto is a very good blitz player. He in fact drew against Prague in the qualifiers, and now Magnus opens with e4, e6, French defense, and Magnus plays b3. Wow, you can see Megaranto pausing there, plays d5. Magnus sacrifices the central pawn here with d takes e4, but Megaranto does not take it. He goes knight f6. Magnus pushes the pawn, knight d7, d4. Now the bishop on b2 looks a bit misplaced for sure, but Magnus is like, that's okay, I have a strong pawn chain, and the bishop does a good job of protecting it. Pawn to a3. This is too many pawn moves in a row by Magnus. He wants to play b4, but now f6 is a strong move, breaking in the center, telling Magnus that you wasted too much time in the opening pushing your pawns. Will Megaranto play it? Yes, he does. He is a strong player. Excellent move. If e takes f6, you can even take with the queen. f4 played by Magnus now. Now the question is, he goes bishop e7, but that was not great. Taking here was better because fe there is queen h4, and d you can then open up the position for your bishop. Anyway, bishop e7 played, Magnus goes knight f3, castles, and bishop comes out to d3. Quickly develops his pieces. Megaranto plays f5, closing down the position, cementing Magnus's space advantage. Cast knight to d2. In fact, black should have been very active with the move g5 because he's ahead in development. Knight to d2 played. Let's now focus on the game because Magnus is slightly better. a5 played by Megaranto. h4. Magnus starts playing on the king side, not castling. King in the center, he feels is fine. One of the difficulties that Megaranto is going to face is how to create counterplay. I think he's thinking about some pawn sacrifice with pawn to c4, if that works. And Magnus thinking hard here. He plays his queen to e2, maybe just bolstering the c4 square. Bishop comes out to d7. And now white goes knight to g5. Queen e8 played, and g4. Wow, Magnus has so much confidence on himself. He's just simply opening up the position. Now h6 is the best move, kicking the knight away. If you take here, h7 is hanging. That's the problem. So you can't really take. If you take on g5, I play hg5, opening up the rook. That's also unappetizing. h6 somehow is right. Oh, he takes here, but that is not great. You can see Magnus's expression there. He's happy. g6 played. Now takes on f5. If you take gf, that looks bit weak with g6 coming. So he takes ef. Now d takes c5 taken. Knight goes back to c8. So Magnus is a pawn up. You can even play b4. Knight to f3 first, bringing the knight to the d4 square. Megaranto's only edge in this position is the fact that his king is castled, but a castled king is not always a safe king. He's trying to go to e6 with his knight to put pressure on f4. Magnus plays c4 here, opening up the bishop. And if you play knight e6, d5 is hanging. Oh, queen h2, defending f4 first. Queen f7, he takes on d5, takes the pawn on c5, attacking the bishop here, but the position is lost in so many different ways. Now bishop to c4, he plays his bishop there. e6 could be a massive threat in the position. Megaranto all of a sudden is like, well, I'm just completely busted here. There's just nothing that I can do. He goes rook e8, and Magnus, to put the final touch, can even long castle, because e6 here means that the pawn would be pinned to the king, which is not bad in itself. But yes, long castle played by Magnus, and he has 1 minute 51 seconds. He's not even thinking in this game, just thought for a minute. Can you push b5? He goes knight b6, attacking the bishop. e6 played. The queen is hanging. Knight takes e6. D takes e6. Bishop takes. Now the knight can jump into e5, attacking the queen here. Magnus just thinking about how to finish off the game, because there are so many different ways. He does play knight e5, queen c7, trying to keep an eye on h7, and boom, rook d7, that final amazing move. A handshake there. If you were to take, bishop takes, I mean that's illegal. If knight takes, then queen takes h7, king here, and knight takes g6 is checkmate. So Magnus Carlsen wins, and he played a slightly offbeat opening in the French. Megaranto got a great position out of the opening, but couldn't play it with vigor, and in the end, the GOAT scored the full point.
Freedom begins with a choice. In 2008, we made ours. Freedom knows no borders. Step by step, we became part of the global financial system. In 2019, we went public on NASDAQ. In 2024, we built a digital ecosystem. Fintech, lifestyle, telecom, everything comes together in one unified digital space. Today, freedom is a system that shapes markets. $2 billion in annual revenue, $9.3 billion market capitalization, 11 million customers, 11,300 plus employees, 230 offices worldwide. Freedom begins with a choice, and every day we make it again. Freedom Holding Corp. One ecosystem, many possibilities.